So here we have it, pile 1, pile 2, or pile 3. Hello and welcome, pile 1. I've laid out a couple of cards for you. So let's start with your first card, which is your current situation or where you are at. So first card up is the card Krishna, and it is about devotion. Trust your spiritual guidance. Your commitment has been recognized. You are loved unconditionally. Now, this card talks to me very much about love overcoming fear. So if you're currently in a situation that you're not 100% sure of where you're going, what you're doing, how you're going to get there, this card just reassures you that if you choose love, that will help you to overcome any fear. You are like the brave soldier that is kitted out in all of your armor and everything that you need, but they don't use any of that unless they actually come across a situation where it is needed and necessary. And then, of course, they use all of their experience and expertise and training and whatever they have with them in order to protect themselves and get the necessary outcome. But here they're just talking about, or the card's telling me about using your instinct, using your intuition to guide you as to the best way forward. But battling it through might not necessarily be the sage way of dealing with it. Dealing with it in a way that is maybe with compromise or with the loving intention or for the best outcome for everybody, from a more loving and positive perspective might be the way for you to go and to meet the challenges that are no doubt heading your way, as they do with every other human being on earth. So your next card is what you don't know about, but that you do need to know about. And here we have the Strength card, talking about armor and being prepared for things. And I would say if you've got a massive lion on your side, that bodes quite well in terms of protection and loyalty and guidance. So yes, they are also, and if you have a look here, the little girl is holding a little cat. So it's just like the little things, the little bit of strength and courage and inner value and your self-esteem and all of that might be little at the moment, but you're being encouraged through this card to grow it, to nurture it, to allow it to become bigger than what you allowed it to become later, so that you can move from this innocent, vulnerable place into an aspect of yourself where you are, you're prepared for war. You don't want to fight. You don't even need to fight, but you're prepared to do whatever it takes in order for you to get your outcome. And then, of course, you've got the backing of your lion, of your guardians, guides, and angels, and those on the other side that are there to back you, and obviously your support system on the side. So really, this is talking about love over fear. Letting your fear be the one that prepares you for the worst, but as you head towards and hope for and encourage the best to come through. So that ties in very nicely with your first card. So this is basically your subconscious card. Next up is your conscious card, which would be what you need to focus on. Oh wow. The summer solstice and radiance. This card reminds me very much of the sun card in tarot, but the summer solstice, for those of you that don't know, talks to me about the fact that the sun does its movement across the sky, and when it gets to certain points during the year, which we call the summer solstice or the winter solstice, depending on which time of year it happens to be, but the sun actually comes to a little bit of a pause in the sky before it starts moving again. So this card talks to me very much about there's good things coming, there's positive outcomes coming, there's good news coming. You can enjoy the fruits of your labor. You can look forward to new and better things coming. But it might just be a good time for you right now to pause and enjoy it, to pause and appreciate in gratitude how far you've come, how far you still need to go, and really take on that very powerfully positive attitude that will then take you the rest of your journey when things start moving again. So this card makes me think a little bit of a hybrid between the hangman pause and the sun of everything's working out in your best interest and best ways. You can just trust in that. So if you need to take a pause while you are bringing your self-esteem and all those other valuable things, growing them and nurturing them, but you're definitely heading in the right direction there. So your next card is about where your situation is heading. Oh, wow. The world. Wow. The card reads a very happy ending, coming full circle, spiritual growth and insight. So part of the world is all about also, things going full circle. But like with your summer solstice card, maybe it's a good time for you to pause, because when it goes full circle, it gets to a stop before it starts a new cycle again. So that stop period, as your summer solstice card pointed out to you, might be a good time for you to do a bit of a review. Have you achieved everything that you set out to achieve? Has it worked out the way that you want to work out? And here's a theme of being protected and guarded, and having everything that you need to fight your way through if you need to, but you don't need to, because you're already coming full circle, as the world tells you. So this is very much about powerfully positive changes, things working out for you, and I would say that this would indicate a very positive space that you are moving towards, and gratitude would definitely go a long way. And as your first card, your Krishna card, said to you, focus on love, focus on the positive outcomes, and then you will get it. So let's have a look at what your outcome card is, and that's this one down over here. Oh goodness, listen to your intuition. And there she's holding a world. So this card just says to me, you know what you need to hear, that there's good ideas that are coming through, that there's positive outcomes that are coming through, and just follow your instincts, put your feet in front of each other, look at all this gold, all these finances and blessings that are coming through for you. So here I'm just seeing the angels, delivering messages, answering prayers, that kind of thing. And these angels have got little wands that are again bringing down. There's a double helix that's coming from the universe, bringing down the God power, the inspiration, the potential, the pure potential that's coming down for you. But this definitely reiterates what you've seen in the world card and what you've seen in the solstice card, and what Krishna was talking about, being devoted to love, and focused on love. And when you're listening to your intuition, and when you're listening to your higher guidance doesn't recognize negativity. It recognizes experiences, and it recognizes learning from your experiences and improving as you're going along. But according to the universe, there are no mistakes and there are no negatives, because it can't be negative if you learn from it, and it can't be negative if you grow from it, and it can't be negative if you benefit from it, from doing different things. So this is definitely talking about, it might not be a smooth ride, but it's definitely going full circle and giving you the positive outcome that you're looking for. Right, and then our last card comes from the Janosh deck, and it's all about what you can focus on in order to make positive changes happen quicker. Okay, transition is the word of this card. So transition, again, it's for me, it reiterates the fact of moving from fear to love, from fear to what your strength card indicated, from fear to powerful encouragement or courage, internal courage. And the transition to say, well, I'm going through stages, and each stage I'm getting better, and it's all interlinked, and nothing is stagnant, and everything is moving, and it's not the end of the story yet, because we haven't got to the end. So this is really about transitioning through the stages and learning from it and growing through it, and then having these pearls of wisdom that come out from your experiences that enable you to make better decisions going forward, maybe more love-filled decisions, or more powerfully positive, enjoyment situations, whatever it happens to be that's relevant in your life. But I do feel here the angel wings again. I noticed the angel wings down on this card, and obviously there Michael's got the angel wings there. So this is about rising above the any problems. And in fact, this card makes me think about the little swallow birds. And as you know, the swallow birds migrate every year, where they move to warmer climates, so that they follow the sun. So your sun is coming through again, following the good, the positive, and the grateful, in order to give you the best outcomes. So focusing on the positives will lead you full circle. It will help you to grow your internal strength, self-esteem, values, virtues, all those things, by following your inner knowing, and that will give you your good results, your purpose, and your outcomes. So this looks like a very positive time frame that you're going into, Pile 1. And I wish you well. And it looks to me like you don't need luck, because you're making your own luck. So you take care and stay blessed, and we'll see you again. Bye for now. Hello and welcome, Pile 2. We're having a look at some of the cards that we've drawn for you today. So first up, we're going to look at your current situation, where you're at, and what the cards can tell you about your current situation. Right, first card up is the card Diana. Focused intention. Think about what you desire, set your sights high, and expect the best possible outcome. So what this card tells me about your current situation, or you as a person, is that some focused attention is definitely what is needed, because like the goddess Diana or Artemisa, you need to be able to have your eye firmly fixed on your target, so that your arrows that she's carrying there in her quiver land true, because if she is focused on something else, then obviously she's not going to hit her target. The other thing that comes to mind here is the fact that she has the crescent moon on her forehead, or on her crown chakra, which again talks to me about following your internal guidance, following your hopes, your dreams, your intuition, your intentions. And as you focus on those, so you can bring through what it is that you are truly desiring. But sometimes what we actually want and what we think we want are two different things. And this is what the card really draws our attention to. So what is it that you actually want when your mind's not full of all these other complicated ideas or responsibilities or projections? What is it that you actually want, and allow that to come through for you? Because when you know what it is that you actually want, then it's easier for you to focus on that, and that will then give you quicker and better results. So your next card up is basically your subconscious mind information, or what it is that you don't know, but perhaps what it is that you need to know that will help you in your current situation. Okay, this is the Three of Swords, and this card is usually associated with pain or discomfort or things not going so well, but this also talks to me very much about if you communicate your wants, your needs to your support system, whether they are your physical support system or your spiritual support system, in terms of your guardians, guides, and angels, and your own higher self, then your needs can be provided for. But clear, focused communication will help you a lot. That will take you, it will give you the protection that you need, and take you out the rain, because the rain might be quite discomforting while you're experiencing it, but I also feel that this card talks about blessings in disguise. So you might not be appreciating being rained upon, but at the same time, when there's no rain, can lead to even worse things. So they're just saying, again, watch what it is that you're focused on. Are you focused on the discomfort, or are you focused on the provision? Our next card is your conscious card, which is, what is it that you need to be focused on, or that you know about? Okay, so in your consciousness, or for some of you that are in tune with yourselves, you may be aware of the fact that even though things might be looking a little bit bleak here, the card is desert and vision quest, but as you can see, the desert does look a little bit bleak, and it looks like there's scarcity and there's nothing there and all of those things. But the guides are saying, if you use your focused intention and your intuition, and if you focus on on the blessing is in disguise, you will know that the desert, even though from the outside it looks bleak and barren, and that there's nothing there and nothing grows and all that, you will know that with a little bit of rain, with a little bit of focused intention, there's a whole ecosystem that thrives in the desert, that has specifically adapted itself for the exact terrain that the desert provides for it. So here I would definitely say, what are you focusing on? Are you focusing on lack, or are you focusing on what is being provided to you, but perhaps in a way that you haven't noticed before or haven't been aware of before? So I would say that maybe by shifting your awareness, you will then start seeing, oh wow, hold on, that shrub looked like it was dead, but actually when I look a little bit deeper, I can see that it's got green leaves or silver leaves, or the leaves have been adapted in some way in order for it to survive and thrive in the desert. And there's a little hole that I never noticed before that a little animal is living in, or that the pebble that you thought was there is actually a little flower or a little plant that's growing. So they're just, in terms of the vision quest, they're just saying, it might be a time for you to just take some time out to really see what it is that's actually there, not what it is that you think is there. And if you're going through a little bit of a time where you feel emotionally like you're in a little bit of a desert. So that is some nice guidance and fits in very much with your other two cards of your focused intention and seeing what's there and allowing that to come through, and this communicating clearly with yourself and with others, and being focused on the blessings in disguise. Maybe you need to take some time out to see where are your blessings, because they're being disguised by what it is that you are currently going through, and not seeing what's actually there, but rather just focusing on what you think is there, which may not be the whole truth. So the next card is where's the situation heading? What happens next? Gosh, okay. Well, it can't be more clear than that. Solutions. So solutions is your temperance card in the normal Rider-Waite tarot, and it talks about success that comes from objective compromise, self-control, patience, and forgiving and healing energy. Now, as you can see by the picture in this angel, here again we have the rays of sunshine coming down onto the angel, who's pouring one cup to the other cup. And obviously that is about balancing of emotions and all that, but anybody that's ever poured liquid from one cup to another cup knows that they need to focus, because if you don't focus, you're going to mess all over the place. So this is definitely reiterating that message of staying focused on what it is that you do want to achieve, not what it is that brought you to that situation, or what it is that you think that you have got. So there is this little fire of inspiration that I see here on the card, and they're just again talking to me about not being too overwhelmed with the emotions of what it is that you think that you are going through, but staying focused so that you don't get into a little bit of a slippery slope, because we all know that sometimes the bottoms of ponds can be a little bit on the slippery side as you head towards your focused goal, your good and positive beneficial outcomes. So as long as you stay focused, you're going to be fine. And it does look to me like there's a wall behind there, but it's an archway. So are you focused on the wall, or are you focused on the door? Where are you focused on? Are you focused on keeping yourself in, or are you focused on finding solutions and your way through this situation? And that really is up to you. But according to these cards, it would seem that focusing on the solutions, focusing on the whole ecosystem, all the disguised blessings there, is what's going to give you your outcome. So the next card is what the actual outcome is. So let's see what this card tells us. Well, you can't have a more positive card than yes in capital letters. So the outcome is whatever your hopes, your dreams, your desires, whatever it is that you're working towards, that's going to be communicated to you. If you have a look here in this card, there's a little dove that's in that circle above her head. Now that talks to me about the chakra that is above your head, that creates your future, or creates the reality that you experience. And there's the healing energy, the rainbow between her hands. So I would say what you're focused on, what you're heading towards, what you desiring, all of those things are what's going to give you your positive outcome, or the blessings that you're looking for. So wow, that's quite a message that they've come through here. Is you've got choices. Whatever you focus on, and it makes me think about there's multiple quotes. Whichever wolf you feed, are you going to feed the wolf of positivity, or the wolf of negativity? Are you going to water the weeds, or are you going to water the seeds, the flowers? So this really does speak very much along those lines of whatever it is that you focus on, that's what's going to create your outcome. Now this card is, I asked the question, what can you focus on in order to make the positive, happy changes happen quicker? So this one says integration. Oh wow, Doesn't that just tie everything up? Integrating the good and the bad, the yin and the yang. There is no such thing as good and bad. There's only experiences. Using your pearls of wisdom, going through your experiences to balance yourself out. And I mean, there's your balance there with your temperance card. That's the same as you've got your blessings in disguise. Looks bad, but it's good. It looks barren, but it's actually fertile. It looks it looks like it's in one cup, but it's actually in another cup. So this is very much about the balance that comes through whatever you focus on is what's going to be balanced. I definitely see a yin yang sign there. There's good and bad and good, and too much of a good thing can be bad and too much of a bad thing can be good, but it all depends on what you learn from that lesson and how you integrate it into all those learnings into the whole that you can then utilize in your best interest and for your highest good and those that you love and care about. So that's quite an interesting reading here. We've got pile 2. I hope that it's made sense to you and helps you. But I definitely see a need for balance. The scales, the two paths, the high road, the low road, that's definitely the theme that's come through for you. So good luck. I would say that if it was me that was going through this situation, if I had chosen pile 2, my question to myself on a daily basis, maybe before I make any decision during my day basis, would be, is this what I'm wanting? If I'm thinking about something, is this what I want to come true? If I'm speaking about something, is this what I'm wanting to manifest? If I am implementing or actioning something, is this going to give me my desired outcome? Does it take me further towards my outcome that I'm wanting, or does it take me away from my outcome? Or am I just distracting myself with the news and with the other rubbish? And if I am, then what do I need to do in order to get focused again so that I can bring through what it is that I actually desire? So that's it for you, pile 2. Hope that's helped you in some way, and we'll see you again sometime. Until then, you take care and stay blessed. Bye for now. Hello and welcome, pile 3. I've pulled some cards for you, so let's have a look to see what the cards have to tell us. The first card up talks about your current situation, or where you're currently at, or a little bit about yourself. So let's have a look to see what the card says. So first up, we have the Miriam, Sacred Vision. Choose to forgive in order to heal. See the light in all, and remember that love has no boundaries. So this card talks to me very much about standing in judgment of yourself. And they're saying that, sometimes we are our own worst critics, and we fear the judgment of others about our situation, but forget that we criticize and judge ourselves far more harshly than anybody else usually does. So here they're just saying, allow the understanding of who you are and who you wish that you were, or your judgment on yourself, to result in, there's a lovely little heart over here, to rather move from separation to love. So they want you to integrate some loving kindness and gentleness and compassion that you have for others and other people's situations, because you judge other people's situations less harshly than what you tend to judge yourself. So they're just saying giving yourself a little bit of kindness there would go a long way, because the other thing I'm feeling here is that as above, so below. As you judge yourself, so your higher self looks on at you as well. And just the Miriam also talks about, we're always worried that for those that subscribe to a bit of religion, that we're worried that God will judge us, or that we'll be judged for our actions, our words, and our deeds, and our thoughts. But they're saying, the Miriam is saying, well, God doesn't need to judge you. The universe doesn't need to judge you because you're already judging yourself. So if that judgment's taken place, the only thing left for the universe or God or the higher self to do is to love and accept you and to integrate those two versions of yourself, because possibly how you feel about yourself or your situation is not necessarily how it actually is. Perhaps you're too focused on the criticism and the judgment. So that's an interesting place to start. So your next card up is talks about your subconscious, about what it is that you don't know, but that would be helpful for you to know. Okay, so we have the Four of Wands. Now, usually this card talks about achievement, but this time what it does is, besides talking about achievement, it talks to me very much, and I'll bring it closer so you can see this beautiful illustration. It talks to me about focusing on the little bits, because it's all those little bits that add up to big bits. So again, maybe you've been focused on and judging yourself too harshly because the big picture isn't how you wanted it to be, or the time frame of that happening hasn't been how you want it to be. But they're saying, if you have a look to see what is the value of what is working or what is working out, and you add all of those small things together, you'll see that it all comes together into something quite valuable, quite positive. So here I would definitely say that, again, it reiterates that first card of, not judging the book by its cover, because in each of its pages, in each of its paragraphs, there's value in there. It's there's more to it than what you initially judging it on, and criticism will just hold you back from experiencing all of those small little valuable contributions that happen in your day that's going to give you your achievement. Yeah, I'm also seeing the staircase, so it's the one step at a time. You're wanting one giant leap, but they're saying there's value in taking one step at a time, in being practical about it, being logical about it, and just doing whatever comes next, instead of criticizing yourself that you haven't yet just made one flying giant leap to where it is that you're wanting to go. So your next card up is your conscious card. It's what it is that you need to focus on, or what it is that you do need, that you do know about, that maybe you just need to do a little bit more about, or need to focus on a little bit more. Okay, wow. So we have the island with solitude, and this card is making me giggle, because it really does make me think of the previous card that we had about focusing on the little bits, because as you can see from the illustration here, we've got quite a barren looking island, and there in all this barrenness suddenly appears this beautiful, what looks to me like a willow wisteria tree. So they're just saying, again, what are you focused on? Are you going to focus on the barrenness, or are you going to focus on the blessings? Because each of those little flowers, for those of you that don't know, this wisteria tree actually grows like a bunch of grapes looking flower, and each of the grapes is a separate flower, and it smells absolutely beautiful. So this is about saying, all of these small, valuable, incremental, positive blessings that you're getting adds up to be one massive, beautiful, sweet tree. But if you are being critical and you are thinking that it's, not working out, then you'll be focusing on all these rocky bits, but not realizing that all those rocky bits, through all the storms and the rain and the winds, where's those rocky bits down that gives nourishment for the tree, a place for the tree to grow from, and actually gives the tree nourishment to bring you more blessings. So if you need to maybe take some time out, some solitude to get your head right, or your attitude right, or your focus right, it might be a good time for you to do that. Get your, I can, here in the picture, I'm just seeing the water, which is usually reflective of emotions. So by you getting all of that right, it might help and assist you to see the blessings in amongst all the crazy, in amongst all the life stuff, the challenges, the responsibilities, that kind of stuff. And this just reminds me to say, no man is an island. So everyone and everything is connected with everyone and everything else. So don't think that you're in this alone, because you're not. And don't think that one little thing is insignificant, because it's all those little things that add together that gives you the massive significance. So the rock on its own isn't really much, and if you look at, if the island was just on its own, it wouldn't be much, and the tree on its own wouldn't be much. But if you add all of those things together, you suddenly get this beautiful picture and outcome. So that's pretty cool about what it is that you need to be focused on. So focus on your blessings rather than on your responsibilities or your things that you might be judging yourself or criticizing yourself harshly on, and that might help you. So next up is, where is the situation heading towards? Where is the situation heading? Oh, goodness me. We've got the High Priestess. What a lovely card. So this is powerful psychic insights, reflection, and meditation provides valuable information. Be at peace. Now, your High Priestess also talks about mysteries and manifestation through creative endeavors within your mind. So it's about, or it's certainly telling me here today about the fact that what you think about, you bring about. What you expect, you're going to experience. So your High Priestess, with all of her manifesting and miraculous powers and all the mysteries of experiences that she's been through, all of her initiations that she's been through, makes her very powerful. However, if she gets caught up in the emotions of things, it takes her power away from her. So they're just talking about having the strength, having focus on the incremental steps that are going to take you up to claiming your power, because if you're focused on your criticism, it's not going to give you much power. It's going to make you feel, on the contrary, it's going to make you have lack of power. And they're just saying that's going to lead you through up those steps and through that archway into that new beginning. So this is a very powerful card. It's one of the major arcana cards, which talks about big changes and lots of power, lots of influence. So I would definitely say that things are going maybe more right for you than what you realize. You just maybe just being a little bit hard on yourself at this stage. That's what I get out of that card. All right, next up we have, what is your outcome? Let's see what the angels talk about here. Okay, big happy changes. That's that's a nice outcome card. Big happy changes. So yes, this looks to me, if things aren't going the way that you're wanting them to go, or according to what you're wanting them to go, I would definitely say that have a little bit of faith, have some sacred vision, and you're going to get what it is that you're looking for. So stop beating yourself up along the way, because that just makes you feel worse about yourself. But you're actually doing, as I said in your previous card, you were doing better than what you think you are, because we know that, because you're going to get big happy changes. So that's nice to know. All right, your last card is a card from Janush, and this card I've chosen, and the question I've asked there is, what can you focus on in order to make your positive changes happen quicker? So let's see what this card tells us. It's such a lovely illustration. Empowerment, right? Empowerment. So again, this talks to me about the difference between empowering yourself and disempowering yourself through criticism. So if you empower yourself by encouraging yourself, by being focused on the positives, on what it is that you're doing right, treating yourself the way that you would treat your best friend. And I doubt very much if you'd be criticizing your best friend about everything that they're doing wrong, but rather you'd be saying, yeah, you did sort of mess up a little bit, you could have done a little bit better, but this is what you did right, and this is where you're heading, and stick with it, and put more effort in, or whatever the case is. It's positive encouragement, it's value in the situation. So I do feel that by you taking all of that, your sacred vision, what it is that you do, what it is that you don't know that you do know, and what it is that you do know that you do know, and you put it all together, you're going to get that positive outcome that they've now told you in this previous card that you're going to get. So that's pretty cool, is when you put all of the bits together, and that's going to give you the empowerment that you need, and that's what you need to focus on. I feel like I've said the same thing several times now. So focus on the positive. Be aware of the negatives, but stay focused on the positives. So that's it for us, pile number 3. Thank you for spending your time with me. I hope this helps you in some way, and you take care and stay blessed until we meet again. Bye for now.